I'm gonna teach something tonight. You know, we've been acting the fool. We've had our fun, but it's time to teach something. And I'm gonna give you something that you can take with you, and that you'll be able to use in your everyday life, spiritually fed. So, number one, I just want to tell everybody, thank you for tapping in. Thank you so much for tapping in. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to teach you something. Thank you for this opportunity to be able to teach you something. Thank God, but most of all, for giving us this opportunity to come together as one. So let's get into it. What is the most common thing that people don't like to talk about, and it's the last thing to be acknowledged before change happens? Before change happens. It's realizing that our past is not our present. Realizing that our past is not our present. Realizing that our past is not our present. To be able to understand that in life, in order for things to move forward, we have to accept what happened in the past. Not wallow in it, not get so caught up into it to where it affects our future, but it should motivate our future. Good, bad, or indifference, no matter what happened, it should motivate your future. Because if it was good in the past, it should be even better in your future. If it was bad in your past, it most certainly should be better in your future. But you have to accept where you are. If you got your Bibles tonight, I want you to go to Isaiah, the 43rd chapter. And let's go to verse number 18. I'll be reading out the New International Revised Version. Isaiah 43. Isaiah chapter 43, verse number 18 and verse number 19. I'm going old school Baptist preacher. What's up, Double L? What the business is? I'm going old school Baptist preacher tonight. No music, no nothing. This is a teaching night. This is a night for teaching. And I want somebody to take this here and roll with it. I want somebody to take this here and roll and tell somebody else. Ride and tell somebody else. Run and go tell somebody else. Walk and go tell somebody else. I want us to go everywhere and be able to encourage somebody. Because I think this is something that deals with mental health. Yeah, this is good for mental health. So Isaiah, the 43rd chapter. And let's go to verse number 18. And just to give you a quick summary of where we at, this is the part where God saves Israel. Isaiah was talking about God saving Israel right here. But watch this here. Watch what he tells the children of Egypt. Watch what Isaiah writes about the children of Israel. Watch this here. Forget the things that happened in the past. Do not keep on thinking about them. I am about to do something new. It is beginning to happen even now. Don't you see it coming? I am going to make a way for you to go through the desert. I will make streams of water in the dry and empty land. Just that scripture. We're going to take them two scriptures right there. And tonight I want to talk about, and I'm going to show you how we're going old school Baptist with this here. We're going to old school Baptist. Tonight I want to talk about my past is not my last. 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 Let me tell you again, we coming from Isaiah, the 43rd chapter, verses 18 and 19. I'm going old school Baptist preach on y'all tonight. I'm just keeping real. And I'm going to teach somebody something tonight. Isaiah, the 43rd chapter, verses 18 and 19. And tonight's topic is my past is not my last. Now let's break this down and give it to you to where you really can gnaw on it and you can chew on it and you can get everything that it needs to be done with it. All right. As you look at it, as he said, forget the things that happened in the past. Now, I got 3 points here. In the 8th part of verse number 18, it says, forget the things that have happened in the past. When he said, forget the things that happened to your past, that means that you have to let go of things that are continuously holding you back. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody's holding on to you? Let me break it down to where I know you can understand. Have you ever wanted to get to something? Somebody ever made you so mad? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody ever made you so mad to where you just wanted to get to them, but folks was in your way. Things were in your way. And what's the first thing that you say? You say, let me go. Let me go. Let me go. When somebody, see, when you really want to get in the blend with somebody and people in your, you be like, nah, move. Let me go. All right. You have to have that same attitude when it comes to your life. It's going to be some things in your life that you're going to have to tell to let you go. You're going to have to speak to it and tell it, let me go. Stop holding me back. Not only some things, but also it's going to be some people that you're going to have to tell to let me go. And that brings me to point number 1. In order to let go of your past and move towards the future, you have to, number 1, forgive yourself. See, I know right then and there you thought I was going to tell you to make a phone call and to text some folks. But you know one thing about me, I'm huge on accountability. So with that being said, I want you to look yourself in the mirror and forgive yourself for the things that you've done to yourself. Forgive yourself for the things that have hurt you. Forgive yourself for the things that you continuously do that hold you back. Yeah, I know this is a little different for y'all today. I know a lot of y'all like, oh man, bro, what the music at? Why you ain't playing while we're 18 and honest? Because I want you to realize that play is play. This is serious. And we got more people that are having problems forgiving themselves than people pouring up cups. Hello, talk to me now. I'm walking with you now. I want you to feel where I'm coming from. So number 1, it says, the point number 1, I want you to do this here. I want you to put up at the top, I want you to put my past is not my last. I want you to put Isaiah 43, chapter 43, verse number 18 and verse number 19. And what I want you to do is this here. I want you to put point number 1, just put a number 1 and a dot and put forgive yourself. See, this is how you teach. This is how you teach. I'm sorry I ain't gonna give you all the hooping and hollering. I'm gonna teach you something tonight. And then when you look up again, because when you go back and look over your notes, you're gonna go right back to Isaiah chapter 18, and you're gonna say, forget the things that happened in the past. And then you're gonna look at point number 1 and say, forgive yourself. And that means that, put a 100 in the comments if I can really and truly be open with y'all tonight. I want y'all to really help me out if I can really truly help y'all a little bit tonight. Let me show you. For number 1, forgive yourself. That means that you have to forget. He didn't say hold on to you. He said forget. You have to forget that, baby, if you was a ratchet back in the day, that does not mean you can't be a wife, no husband today. Yeah, so you see the reason why you don't have the relationship that you want, because you don't believe your relationship material. I'm not saying what you're posting. I'm not saying that you not what you're posting. I'm not telling about what you tell your friend. I'm talking about what you feel deep down inside. Because some of us don't believe that we deserve a good counterpart. We don't deserve a good mate. Because the reality of it is that we have not forgiven ourselves for some one night stands, for some adulterous relationships, some fornication that we have done. See, a lot of us have not forgiven ourselves, but I'm here to tell you today that you have been forgiven. Yeah. And it's time for you to let go and forgive yourself. Let me get a little further on to you. See, the reason why I tell you to forgive yourself is because we harp on the past so much, and we harp on the things that we've done so much to where we don't even be able to move forward. The Bible says that a man that plows the ground and looks back, come on, man, he's not fit for the kingdom. So what you looking back for? Even when you switching lanes, you take a glance and you keep on looking forward because the car is still moving forward. So point number 1 is what? Forgive yourself. Now watch the B part of verse number 18. He says, let me read A first and I'm going to read the B part of it. Watch this. It says, forget the things that happened in the past. Do not keep on thinking about them. Now, he gave you some clear directions right there. In Isaiah 43, 18 and 19, forget about the things that happened in the past and don't keep on thinking about them. Let me explain something to you. Let me give you insight. It's going to have to be some friends, some family members that you're going to have to tell. Let's stop talking about that, because that ain't me no more. If you look, stop talking about that. That ain't me no more. That ain't me no more. Yeah, I did that. I'm accept. Look, I did. Listen, I did that. But it's time to move forward. Now, if Isaiah, the small prophet, they call him a minor prophet, was talking about it as he writes here. He writes and talk about how God was telling the children of Israel. He was saying, "Hey, look here, let that go. Let's move forward." And I'm gonna show you why you move forward. So point number 1 is what? Forgive yourself. Point number 2 is forgive others. See, you can't forgive other folks until you forgive yourself. Yeah, see, this is going to be 3 real quick points tonight that's going to make you understand the reason why it's so important to move on with your life. Point number 1 is forgive yourself. Point number 2 is to forgive others. And the reason why it's so important to forgive others is because when you forgive others, you release the burden off your back. You release the burden off your back. And that's the reason why he said, forget the things that happened in the past and do not keep thinking about it. The reason why he's telling you to stop thinking about it is because if you keep on harping on what somebody did to you, you'll never be able to embrace what people are going to do for you. Let me say it again. If you don't forgive people, if you don't forgive others, if you keep harping on what has happened to you, you won't be able to embrace what's going to happen for you. See, some of us have been hurt so much to where we don't even know what help look like. We've been hurt so much to where we don't even know what help look like. And then when folks come into our life to do something good, we believe they up to no good. We believe that they up to something. People just can't be genuinely helpful to you because you still reflecting on how folks did you wrong in your teenage years, your adolescence, with how they did you in your 20s. You cannot move forward because you stuck in cement and you stuck on a situation that happened years ago. You stuck on a relationship that didn't do you right. You stuck on a friend that backdoored you and was with your girlfriend or with your boyfriend. You stuck on the wrong thing. Let me tell you something else. You can't even get promoted on your job because you still mad about a supervisor that wrote you up 2 years ago. You cannot excel at what you need to do because you are too worried about the reason why you couldn't pass this class, so you don't even take yourself back to college because you harp on the past too much. Have you ever thought to yourself, I just want you to ask, have you ever thought that maybe it's you? I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say it right there. Have you ever thought that maybe it's you? Have you ever said to yourself, you know what? I do a lot of finger pointing, but I never hold a conversation with myself. I never hold a conversation with myself and tell myself, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for overeating. I'm sorry for not keeping my blood pressure down. I'm sorry for not working out. I'm sorry for continuously dealing with folks that don't mean me no good. I'm sorry. And I never look in the mirror and say, you know what? Today is the day that's going to stop. I forgive you. Okay, I forgive you. Have you ever just said to you look at it. Have you ever just said, call somebody that got on your everlasting nerve and called them and told them, you know what? I'm hot at you, but I forgive you. I forgive you. Now, let me explain forgiveness. Let me explain this. Forgiveness does not mean fooling with. You don't have to continuously fellowshipping with folks that you have forgiven. If I take you back to the beginning of the Bible, when Jacob, soon to be called Israel, and Esau was betrayed by Jacob. You know, yeah, come on now, Jacob. And when Esau said, when he seen Jacob, it was on sight. He said he didn't care if he seen him at church, the corner store, wherever, they're gonna be on sight. But as he grew and matured, when he finally seen Jacob, soon to be called Israel, because he ended up wrestling with an angel, and Israel stands for, wrestling with God, and everybody know the story. He seen him and he gave him something and sent him on by his way. See, true forgiveness means that I could be around you and I ain't even mad no more. Not flexing. Flexing is not forgiveness. Come on, man. Let me tell you something. Flexing is not forgiveness. Flexing is not forgiveness. Now, let me clear that up. Just because you forgive somebody, that does not mean it gives you the right to flex on them. No. If you see the person that mistreated you and didn't treat you right, post your man or your woman because you want to, not because you want to respond. Hello, somebody. Put a 100 if I'm saying something here. Yeah. See, post, and let me tell you something. If a job has fired you, post your job because you want to, not because you know you got a whole bunch of coworkers that follow you. Okay. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to get to a point. If somebody done called you fat before, hello, talk to me. If somebody called you fat before, post your workout, post your motivation, post your weight loss journey, post your fineness that you done did and everything. Post it because you want to motivate others, not flex on somebody. Do it because you want to. Don't do it because you feel the need to. That's not it, because that's not a necessity. That's not a necessity. So point number 2 is what? Forgive others. Now watch this here. Verse number 19, it has its own point all by itself. I'm going to read verse number 19 and tell me what you think. Matter of fact, let me read 18, and I'm going to read 18 and 19 together. And I'm going to break it down to where you really can get it real clear. All right. Forget the things that happened in the past. Do not keep on thinking about them. I am. Nelly say, I am. You know what I'm saying? I am about to do something new. It is beginning to happen even now. Don't you see it coming? I am going to make a way for you to go through the desert, and I will make streams of water in the dry and empty land. Point number 3 is to accept the present. Point number 3 is accepting the present. All right. Let me walk this thing out for you. Let me get a little bit more water before I go a little hard. Hold on. Give me a little water so I can go hard. All right. This thing getting pretty good to me. Watch this up. Point number 3 is accept the present. The reason why you got to accept the present is because when you accept the present, that means that you have what? Forgiven the past. Whew, that's tough. See, I accept the present because I know about my past. I know exactly what I've been through. I know exactly everything that has happened to me, and I forgave everything that goes on. Because I'm accepting where I'm at. See, because I forgave myself for the past. Okay. If I get on the scale this morning and they say I'm 250 pounds, I can't worry about how I got the 250. See, I got to know what I did to get the 250. Hello? I got to know what I did to get the 250. And I got to accept that I'm 250. Because I will never make it to 240 unless I understand that I'm 250. See, we got to stop being delusional as believers. I'm just showing you what's real. See, we have this erroneous attitude to think that, you know what, things just happen. Oh man, it don't work like that. The Bible said all things work for the good for those who love God according to what? His purpose. Okay, so watch this here. It say, God was saying right there, he said, I am about to do something new. See, you can't get new and old. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it again for those in the back. You can't get new with old. Yeah. So you can't get the new until you change your way of thinking, change your perspective, change some things. But watch this here. God was telling the children of Israel. Watch this here. He said, watch this here. He said, I am about to do something new. It is beginning to happen even now. That means that until the moment you start changing your mind, it's already changing. When you want something new, you've already started changing because you started thinking differently. So when you say you finna lose some weight, the moment that you go to that refrigerator and you reach for water instead of soda, you've already begun something new. Just notice when you have already begun to do something new. You've already began to do something new. Watch this. Come on now. You already began to do something new. Watch this here. It is beginning to happen even now. Don't you see it coming? I just want to let you know. Let me tell you something. The reason why don't you see it coming is such an amazing question. It's because you can't do what you don't see. Okay. Let me say it again for those in the back. You can't do what you don't see. And I know you like, what you mean, Robert? Let me explain what I'm saying. See, you have to see yourself doing it in order for you to do it. Have you ever just seen a car that you like and you say, I can see myself driving that? I know all y'all saved. I know none of y'all do this, but have you ever been scratching off a lottery ticket? And before you even scratch it off, you said, "Ooh, I can see me winning the lottery." When you get ready to go on a trip, you say what? I can see myself on that beach. That's why he said, don't you see it coming? Because see, when you start walking with God and you have a relationship with God and God gives you your purpose, you start seeing things manifest before they even happen. If I'm making some sense, please put a 100 in the comments. Put a 100 in the comments if I'm making some sense. Because I want to teach tonight. I know we play and we joke all the time, but I want to teach tonight. I want somebody to really grab hold of what I'm saying so they can give it to somebody else. Okay, watch this here. It says, I am going to make a way for you to go through the desert. I will make streams of water in the dry and empty land. I ain't the smartest man in the Bible. I mean, the smartest man when it comes to this Bible. But he said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Speak things that are not as if it's so. So therefore, what that's basically saying is that I'm thinking about them and how God was saving Israel. And what happens is that he told them off the rip. He said, look here. I'm going to make a way from you. I'm going to make a way for you through the desert. That means that you're going to go places and people are not going to understand how you're able to make it through. Because if you go through the desert, how in the world you going to get water? Your God. Because he said, notice what he said. Now, if I'm adding to it, look here, I'm not adding or taking away. He said, I will make streams of water in the dry and empty lands. That means that God is going to send you places where people never going to understand how you made it through. See, they're going to be wondering why you 40 years old and you're going to get your master's degree. And you've been out of school almost 20 years. Okay, they're going to be wondering how you was able to go to school, take care of kids, and work, and you still graduated, got your master's, went to grad school in 18 months and got a degree. They're going to be wondering how you did it. And you went through a divorce, sickness, kids acting a fool, but you still did it because you went through what? A desert. That where nobody could see water. Nobody could see. Everybody seen emptiness, but you know what? The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. So therefore, you're not going through school or doing whatever they need you to do with your purpose because of your thoughts. Come on. He say, for my thoughts are not your thoughts. For I know the plans that I have for you to prosper and not to fail. So whatever God tells you to do, He's just going to tell you that, guess what? I got a destination for you. You let me worry about the obstacles that come along with it. Come on, man. I want you to see what he's saying here. This is real simple. This is called expository teaching. When you breaking this thing down, what people can really understand. What people understand. He said, I am about to do something new. He ain't say he gonna do the same old thing. He gonna do something new. That's the reason why generational curses can stop with you if you choose to accept God into your life. See, you see, that's the reason why you hate it on, because you something new. See, your aunts and your uncles and your mom and your dad, everybody in your family different from you. That's why he said he's going to do something new. All things are new. Come on, man. You know. It is beginning to happen even now. That's the reason why when you was young, people always said there was something about you. That's the reason why it seemed like you was always being picked on. It always seemed like you was singled out. But the reality of it is that it was happening right before the people's eyes. But you know what? Only you could see it coming. Only you. Because let me explain. Let me tell you a little secret. Because he gave it to you and you Yeah, he gave it to you and you only. See, the vision is not for other people. It's for you. See, they only supposed to see the after effects of it. You know what I'm saying? They only supposed to see the after effects of it. It's not for them to see what you see. That's why the question is so deep. You say you don't see it coming. You don't, and that's the reason why I get so upset when people hit me up and people be saying stuff like, you know what I'm saying? People say like, you know, people say things like, you know what? I can't stand no hater. Why not? Why you can't stand no hater? Why not? Your haters see more in you than you see in yourself. You ain't never heard no hater say, oh, they think they all that. You may not even think you all that, but your haters do. Let me say it again for those in the back. I'm gonna teach you something tonight. Your haters will speak life into you, and you won't even accept it. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Your haters will speak life into you, and you won't even accept it. That's how I know you got to forgive yourself. See, it's a difference between humility and stupidity. Yeah. See, humility is when I know what I'm able to do, I just don't flex on it. And stupidity is to deny a compliment. See that I'm gonna show you something. So guess what? When your haters say, "Oh, you think you all that," say, just say thank you. Thank you. I know that people be like, that's not the response. That's what you're supposed to say though, because if they walk up to you and have audacity to say that they think that you think you all that, say thank you, because obviously that's what they think about you. Obviously. But what we'll do with our so saved and sanctified self and be like, no, I ain't all that. What? What you mean? I don't have to remind you of what I am. But I'm not finna deny what I am. And I'm here to tell everybody on here, you are. Every single person that's on here, on the sound of my voice right now, you are all that and a bag of chips. And a ham and cheese sandwich on the side. With the edges pulled off. You are that. You are that. And the reason why it's like that is because I want you to see yourself in a different light. Don't you get off this live tonight. Don't you get off this live tonight being the same. And when people ask you, people be like, okay, you listen to Chosen Not Taken Tonight. What was he talking about? We're gonna talk about this here. My past is not my last. Come on, man. I'm just showing you, my past is not my last. Because you got so much more in you. Because the God that I serve said in Isaiah 43 and 18 and 19, he say, forget about the things that happened in the past. Stop even thinking about them. He say he doing something new, and can't you see it? Come on, man. I'm gonna have y'all teaching this Bible. I'm gonna have y'all having y'all own Bible study over there. All these two scriptures right here. And they're gonna be like, what you mean? What was going on? God was saving Israel at this part of the Bible. And Isaiah was talking about it. It's just that simple. And when they be like, you go to Isaiah, the 43rd chapter, this is at the top of it, it tells you God was saving Israel. He was saving Israel. You know what I'm saying? He saves Israel. He's saving Israel right now. He's saving Israel right this point in the Bible. That's all what's going on. And if you got something to say, tell them, hey, look, just read the whole 43rd chapter. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you 18 and 19 to intrigue your mind to see why and what was going on. The who, what, when, and why factor. You know what I'm saying? I want you to get this here and have it. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to understand that Israel meant so much to God. But we ain't gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get too deep into it. But we're gonna go here. We're gonna keep this thing going. What happens is that let's say it from 18 and 19 again. I'm gonna keep hitting this in y'all mind. I want y'all to wake up tomorrow and say, you know what, I ain't gonna think about that no more. I want y'all to wake up tomorrow and say, you know what, I ain't thinking about that no more. Anything that comes across your mind, I ain't thinking about that no more. Anything that's holding you back, I ain't thinking about that no more. Somebody come across your mind that really get on your nerves, they don't live rent free in your mind no more, because God never intended that. He never intended for you to be stressed out and worry about other folks. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, that's what's up. Isaiah 43 tattooed on you. That's what's up. Why does he said, forget the things that happened in the past. Forget the things that happened in the past. Do not keep on thinking about them. Let me tell you something. We've been fired. We've been broke up with. We've been laid off. We have been in all phases of life. We have been, you know what I'm saying? People have not claimed us. That goes from jobs to relationships to family members. The main ingredients of life that you deal with, you're going to deal with your job, you're going to deal with your family, you're going to deal with girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or wife. You're going to deal with those things. And guess what? We all had them do us wrong in some kind of shape, form, or fashion. But the number one thing is that the question is that, hey, how good have you been to yourself? I'm going to go back over these points again. Point number one is what? Forgive yourself. So while we so worried about what other folks did, we putting the carriage before the horse. See, before you can worry about other folks and how they treat you, think about how you treat yourself. You know, I'm huge on accountability. I'm huge on that. I'm huge on accountability. And the reason I'm so huge on accountability because it took accountability to change my life. It took accountability for me to change my life. It took accountability for me to change my perspective. It took accountability for me to change my perspective. Because if I had not changed my perspective, and I had not changed my thought process, and I had not put my mindset on God, that if I had not seen exactly that, you know what, I was created in the image of God. So I'm supposed to take care of myself, not only just physically, but mentally, spiritually. And if I do not, and the things that I've done wrong, I got to let that go. Oh, I done did that. I can't change that. That's why I say it's so important for number one, you have to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. I don't care what you have done. This is a judge-free zone over here, baby. Whatever you done did, you done did. You can't change that. You can't change that. So for number one, forgive yourself. For number two, once you finish forgiving yourself, forgive others. And see, what happens is that when you forgive yourself, you learn how to forgive others. Because see, you understand that you're not perfect. So you don't look for perfection in people. You don't look for perfection in people. What you do is that you understand that you're not perfect, and you know these folks that you deal with ain't perfect. So you're able to forgive a lot easier with other people because you know one thing, I done had to forgive myself. Yeah, I had to forgive myself. I know what I've done wrong. I know I've done wrong to myself. So I know it's a possibility that I've done wrong for other folks. So let me forgive myself. And I need to look in the mirror and say, self, I'm sorry. I apologize for what I've done to you. I apologize for these one night stands. I apologize for these menage a trois. Lord, hallelujah. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I know all y'all say, but I got some things I need to work on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you. I got some things I need to work on. You know what I'm saying? Lord, forgive me. God got to talk to me. I'm just being real. Forgive me for forgive me for looking at things on my phone I ain't got no business. Hello, www.youknowwhat.com. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me, Lord. Forgive me for the pictures I done sent. Hello, talk to me. Lord, forgive me for my FaceTime shows. Forgive me. Just forgive me, Lord. I'm just asking, Lord, hallelujah. I'm just telling you what's real. Just, Lord, forgive me. You know what I'm saying? Lord, forgive me. You know what I'm saying? Lord, forgive me. And I'm going to say, you know what, Roy, I apologize. Roy, I'm sorry for cussing folks out. Roy, I'm sorry, for the things I've done. I'm sorry for the fornicating. You know what I'm saying? Not fornication, but fornicating. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the thoughts that I done had. Being on the bread aisle, and these women want to wear these biker shorts and sundresses, and they know that thing be thinking, Lord, forgive me. Glory, hallelujah. Had a flashback. Listen, God, forgive me for the thoughts. I'm just showing you what's real. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Because I just one thing about me. I don't want to be your pastor. I don't want to be your preacher. I want you just to see a normal human being that understands it takes work every single day to try to live for God. I'm just keeping it real. Like, if you say sanctified and you do no wrong, this ain't this place for you, because folks over here do wrong and we ask for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. Ain't no need me lying. I'm just keeping it real. Ladies, I know y'all over there, it's finna be y'all time of the year. Y'all looking for them gray sweatpants. Let the Lord lead you. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just text you and tell her to forgive him, Lord. And I'll forgive y'all too, because y'all got wondering eyes. Hello, talk to me, somebody. Glory. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it G. You know what I'm saying? Can I keep it real with y'all? You know what I'm saying? See, I don't walk on water. See, I serve a man that walk on world water, but I ain't never did it. But I'm just saying, though, you got to forgive yourself for number one, and therefore, with me understanding what I've done wrong. See, notice I'm not harping on what I did wrong, but I have an understanding. He said, all things get an understanding. The Bible says that in all things get an understanding. So if you understand that what you've done wrong, you feel me? You're able to help other people. Because when people come to you, whatever lewd act they've done, whatever wrong they have done, whatever, you're not judgmental, because you understand that, hey, We all have fallen short of the glory. Come on, man. So when you talk to them, you can give them biased advice, because I ain't telling you to tell folks your business, but just understand where they coming from, because you know that you have not walked a straight road your whole life. You have had ups and downs just like anybody else. And number 3, most of all, you got to accept the present. Accept this moment that you in. Except today, what the day it is, October something. I don't know what the day is. October 5th. Today is October 5th. Except that today, October 5th. And except that, my rent late because I bought them shoes. And I'm getting a late fee until Friday. Hello, talk to me, somebody. I'm just keeping it real. The reason why you get spam called all day, because you ain't paid all your bills. But you gotta accept that. You gotta accept where you at. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality. You accept where you at. Accept that, that you've been promiscuous. Accept that. Stop acting like you ain't never did nothing. Accept where you at. You know what I'm saying? And let me show you something. And the reason why I'm saying that is because so many of us are delusional about where we at in life. You know what I'm saying? We are delusional where we at in life. A lot of us believe that we are catching, we not. And hello, talk to me, somebody. I don't mean to get this deep, but I'm gonna have to let it be real. A lot of us think we are a catch, and we're not. Yeah, I'm here to tell you. And the reason why I'm saying that a lot of us think we are catch and we're not is because the reality of it is that we have not forgiven ourselves, we have not forgiven others, and we have not accepted where we at right now. But these 3 things here will make you something that people do not need to be with. See, these are real relationships. See, when you forgive what's up? What you got going on, Leah? When you accept how to forgive yourself, when you accept how to forgive others, when you accept where you are in life, you become a prime candidate for growth. And whoever comes in contact with you can see the growth in you. They can see that they can grow with you, and they see that whatever you touch tends to prosper, because you know one thing, that that God is the only reason. God is the only reason why you have the opportunity today. I'm just keeping it real. See, you can't be in no relationship unless, you can't be in no relationship unless you forgive yourself and forgive others. Because what happens is that if you trying to be in a relationship and you have not forgiven yourself, your insecurities will show up like a sprained finger, like a sprained thumb. Like it'll just stick out like a sore finger. Like I'm telling you, like your insecurities will come to the forefront if you have not forgiven yourself. So what? Your last person that you was with, they beat you out of money. So what? They cheated on you. So what? God told you, Isaiah 43 and 18, he said, stop thinking about that. You know that? That's you see, if you see, but you got to forgive yourself, because a lot of us are harping on that. Let me share something with you. I remember one time when, before I worked on myself and really got on my journey, what I did was that I didn't forgive myself. And the reason why I said I didn't forgive myself is this here. I would tend to let people back into my life because I felt like I wronged them some kind of way. Even if they were in the wrong when they mistreated me, I feel like it. The reason why I say that is because, let me show you what I mean by that. As soon as they wanted to come back in my life, the first thing I thought about is what I did wrong. And let me say it again for those. Let me show you. See, they can make, and as soon as they put the guilt trip. See, what happens is that when you forgive yourself, people can't put a guilt trip on you. Well, what about when you did this? You know what? You right. You right. You know what? We can't make this work. You right, because I'm looking for the acceptance from them. I'm not looking for acceptance for myself. I'm not looking for forgiveness from them. I'm not looking at forgiveness for myself. See, when you forgive yourself, you be like, I know I did wrong. I know I did wrong, but that still do not negate that does not make you deflect exactly what we doing here. I understand we having a conversation, but I know what I did wrong, and I sinned against you, God, and you only. I'm not finna sit here and go back and forth, because it's a reason why we stopped talking in the first place. Am I making sense? But watch what happens. Watch what happens. When you accept what you've done wrong, you can understand. See, when you accept what you've done wrong and you forgave yourself, come on, man. When you forgave yourself, guess what you do? You forgive others. That don't mean you fool with them. You just forgive them. Oh, how you doing? What's going on? How you doing? Oh, I thought you still mad at you. Mad at you for what? No, I forgive you for how you did me. I forgive you. But most of all, I had to forgive myself, because the reality of it is I should have been stopped talking to you. I had to forgive myself in order for me to move on. Hello, I had to forgive myself because I kept thinking that I couldn't do better. I kept thinking that I had to be stuck in this situation. I kept thinking that I wasn't good enough. I kept thinking about my insecurities. I kept thinking that I wasn't fine enough. I kept thinking I wasn't good looking enough. I kept thinking that I didn't make enough money. I kept thinking I wasn't tall enough. I kept thinking that. So let me forgive myself first. You know what? Hey, Roy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for having you feeling that way. I'm sorry for allowing myself to look that way. I'm sorry for making myself feel that way. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? And then in the midst of that, you look at other people that did you wrong. You be like, I forgive them too. Because guess what? The reality of it is they only treated me like that because that's how I treated myself. They only treated me like that because that's how I treated myself. But forgiveness, you got to forgive yourself and move on. Because guess what? You did that. You dealt with that. Now move forward. Now move forward. But what happens is that we get to point number 3 that says what? Accept this moment. Accept where you at this moment. Okay. A lot of us don't want to say to ourselves that, you know what? I am an insecure, broken-hearted person. Yeah, see that? Accept this moment. See, because when you accept, listen to me. When you accept this moment, okay, I'm an insecure, broke down person. Guess what you could do? You can start working on yourself. You start working on yourself. Okay, well, I'm insecure about. Okay, I'm insecure about this. Let me work on that. I'm insecure about that. Let me work on that. I'm insecure about that. Let me work on that. Okay, why am I so broke down? What went on? What went on that got me broke down? Okay, I allowed. See, that's where the forgiveness come in. I allowed myself. See, when you start talking like that, you realize you say, I allowed myself. See, because forgiveness comes from the point of knowing that you know you did wrong, and you apologize to yourself and say, I'm sorry, Roy, for doing you like this. Now it's time to move forward, because I ain't gonna do you like that no more. I ain't gonna do you like that though. I ain't gonna do you like that no more. And then forgiving other people, all the people that done you wrong, you put it on, you write it all down on a piece of paper, and you burn the piece of paper, and you know what I'm saying, you let it go. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's most certainly going on YouTube. I'm telling you, I'm finna edit this here. As soon as I get done with this here, I'm gonna download it. It's going on my YouTube channel. I'm telling you that now, it's going on my YouTube channel. That's why I'm not playing no music, so I won't get no copyright claim. I'm telling you, it's all about that. Because he tell you, don't even think about that stuff no more. Do you listen? For you to think that you're not good enough for something, that means that you're holding on to something. For you to think that you're not good enough for something, that means you're holding on to something. That means you haven't forgiven yourself for something. For somebody to say, oh, I you know what I'm saying, I might not be your type. You know what I'm saying, you might not like this type of person. And obviously, you haven't forgiven yourself for getting to that point to where you feel that way. Okay. I'm just saying though. Watch this here. Okay, Google. What's the definition of forgiveness? The action or process of forgiving or being forgiven. Let me say it again for those in the back. Okay, Google, what's the definition of forgiveness?
Here's the definition of forgiveness. The action or process of forgiving or being forgiven.
So the question is that if you're going to forgive yourself. See, because when you forgive yourself, you understand, like, okay, I did that, I'm moving forward. I'm letting that go. That's all. That's all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's over. I forgive me. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I can walk around here with so much confidence now, because guess what? I don't need your forgiveness. Let me get a little deep into it. I only got a few minutes left. I don't need your forgiveness because I forgave myself. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Come on, man. Listen, man. Forgive us. Forgive us. Come on, man. Like I forgive myself. I ain't tripping. Because when you forgive yourself, you ain't looking for nobody else's validation. Like I ain't on that. I'm not on that. Listen, I don't need your forgiveness. And the reason why I say I don't need that forgiveness, I don't need your forgiveness is because people, see, you can't dictate other people forgiving you. Hello, talk to me, somebody. See, we gonna keep it G. You can't dictate other people forgiving you. Because it's on them if they want to forgive you. Just like it's on you if you want to forgive other people. So when I say forgive yourself, that means you got to let go of some things. Like, listen, you keep on sitting around here waiting on some forgiveness from some other people. All right. And you sitting there and have a guilt trip on you all day long because you feel like somebody ain't forgave you. Okay. All right. You better take it up with the Lord. So yeah, man, look, I'm gonna get ready to get up over here. I appreciate the love, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm gonna download this here as soon as we get off here tonight. Tonight's topic was what? My past is not my last. Isaiah the 43rd chapter verses 18 and 19. The 3 points of tonight was forgive yourself, forgive others, and accept the presence. Man, look here, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Man, y'all make sure that y'all show love to the channel. Make sure if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, man, please go and subscribe to it. I'm just appreciative, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's message, man. I'm just thankful, man. I'm just blessed. So with that being said, man, I got 3 things for you before you go. God loves you. I love you. And we keep loving each other. The world's going to be a better place. One love.